Hey, what is going on, crypto people? What has happened in the last few days? I can't. Bitcoin hits 100K. The Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky pled guilty to madness, absolute fraud. Bitcoin's 100K. This dude admits that he did the most crazy, horrendous stuff ever, Alex Mashinsky. And meanwhile, the Donald has elected a crypto and an AI and cryptos are? What is going on? What is going on? This is absolutely crazy, crazy stuff. Bitcoin was below 100K for a little bit. Looks like it's back up over 100K. Listen, this is a Friday night hang. We're going to hang out and talk a little bit. Flare drops. We got another one of them flare drops. That was awesome to see. Was really awesome. Make sure if you don't have your stuff on the auto claim, make sure you go to portal.flare.network, hook up your wallet, snatch that flare drop up. That was really, really cool to see as well. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing another blockchain backer style live stream. Hope you guys don't mind too much. Oh, I need to do this too, just in case. Let me do that as well. Appreciate you guys checking in on a Friday evening. Gonna hang out, talk a little bit. Definitely want to share that. My boys won on Wednesday. I don't even know when they played. I think it was Wednesday. Big win, took down Auburn. That was nice. And I guess they play again Sunday. Too bad my New York Football Giants can't manage to get it together. But in any case, we don't want to dim the light and the awesome positiveness of this new AI and cryptos are. I guess this is the dude from that podcast, the All In podcast is what it's called. I think it is. I've watched it a few times. I guess it's one of the guys from there. But just the whole idea or notion of a crypto and AI czar is, listen, fascinating. I mean, what the world? I don't even know how I mean, fascinating is just not quite the word. What's going on, Jack A? It says, Siege, I figured out the FLR delegation rules. Nice. Very nice. Move Accordingly is in the building. How are you, brother? Hope all is well. And everyone, appreciate you checking in. Move Accordingly. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you didn't do so on the way in. That would be super, super nice. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the streams. I just got to tell you, look, this market is cray-cray right now. I'm going to refresh it. But the fact that, it's still over 100K. Bitcoin's still over 100K. The fact that that there's an announcement from the incoming presidency of an AI and crypto czar is just beyond. I don't know if you know this or not, Jack A, but in our earlier live streams during President Trump's last or his first, however you want to look at it, office, we talked a lot about him leveraging what was going on in the digital asset space and not letting that opportunity pass him up, we talked a lot, especially about the XRPL, the digital asset XRP and DeFi. But it looks like he is going to do it this time around. Dude is looking to, maybe get on that what is it? Mount Rushmore of presidencies. This is what he looks like he's trying to do. Let me see if I can't find that post about this. I mean, an AI and crypto czar is just whoa. I mean, that is so positive in so many ways. This David Sachs guy here is from the All In podcast. Donald Trump said, I am pleased to announce that David O. Sachs will be the White House AI and crypto czar. Like, what the? I freaking love it. I love it. David Sachs says, thank you, Mr. President. I'm honored and grateful for the trust you have placed in me. I look forward to advancing American competitiveness in these critical technologies. Under your leadership, the future is bright. I saw a few people comment on this or post about this as well. But I got to tell you, I'm just kind of liking some stuff right now. Okay, Anthony Scaramucci. For Scaramucci to have anything positive to say about Trump is, this is have to be massive. So this was a few days ago. Anthony Scaramucci said Scott Bessent for Treasury, Kevin Hassett for NEC, Paul Atkins at the SEC, Michael Falcone, Deputy Treasurer, have to admit Trump is cooking with his economic team so far. And I think, yeah, adding a lot of people are liking this Sachs guy. I don't know enough about him to comment one way or another, but I did see some people saying some really good things about both Paul Atkins and David Sachs. Tom Emmer says right here, President Trump's choice of David Sachs as White House AI and crypto czar is a huge win for American investors and innovation. Congratulations, David. We look forward to working with you. Pretty cool. Patrick McHenry had this to say. The mere fact that the U.S. now has a crypto and AI czar reflects the impact of the financial services GOP. The era of regulation by enforcement is over. With folks like David Sachs and Paul Atkins at the SEC, the future of the digital asset ecosystem in the U.S. is brighter than ever. That, my friends, is really, 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 really good stuff. Jack A say, I forgot the correct verbiage, but I had to get on a different data provider. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, maybe they hadn't uploaded or upgraded to the proper FTSO or something like that, the V2. There you go, Jack. Well, I'm glad you figured it out. Oh. No, he wasn't in the crypto much. He actually had shade. He had no love. In fact, Jack A, President Trump had no love in his first term for Bitcoin. So at least he's been open. And I think this is more than just open. I mean, an AI and crypto czar is pretty massive. So I hope you guys got a chance to go snatch up your flare drops because that's a big deal as well. Getting these flare drops is absolutely massive. Any of you guys watch that Peter Schiff and this Fred Krueger, the Bitcoin guy? Did anyone of you guys watch that little interview? Peter Schiff still cannot just take the L. The fact that he can recognize where Bitcoin is, what it's doing, what this asset class is, and what it's doing is the fact that he can't own up to that and acknowledge that is a little it's kind of disturbing. It's kind of disturbing. So Scepter put this out for all the Flare community fam here. This year's St. Nicholas Day timing couldn't be more perfect. The latest Flare drop was added to the pool alongside 940,000 FLR from fees. This means that the value of stake FLR went up and free staking will be open for all until December the 13th. Enjoy these gifts. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty awesome from Scepter. We got a little bit of SFLR. We enjoy it. We're participating in there in the Flare Networks ecosystem with Scepter. Um, heard you enjoyed the chat. Big thanks to Dan Rocky. What's your favorite quote and answer from Hugo? Okay. So I guess Dan helped with an AMA, or maybe he even led it when, I guess, for F assets on Selmberg and then Flare. This is a recording there. I have not watched that yet, or listened to it, I should say. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. Let me welcome some more people into the stream. Pay me an FXRP is in the building. What's good? I would imagine so, Jack A. Jack A says, is BTC an American company? If you mean an American asset, there's no company there, but I don't, if they do something with these taxes, Bitcoin will get included in that. I know you're thinking about XRP and XLM and et cetera, but I don't see how Bitcoin does not get included in that, you know, safe haven for taxes. Pay me an XRP says, pay me an FXRP. Here in account for. What's good, y'all? Am I the only one getting spam with all these fake XRP commercials? Nope. With Monica Long, Chris Lawson. Nope, I get them too, bro. Pay me an FXRP says, FLR drop was juicy. Yes, sir. Indeed it was. What's going on, Yosef? How are you, bro? Life is good. Doing a blockchain backer style live stream. uh, life is definitely good. The market is something. I'm going to go over the numbers here in a second, but I know people looking at their portfolio and, just some people with 500,000, 600,000, $250,000 in portfolio value. Don't do like we did back 2017, 2018. We saw the 500,000 in portfolio. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, it'll get better. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't know what we were doing. Didn't know what we were doing. So what's going on, Hydro? Hey, Ceej, just relaxing. Appreciate you checking in, bro. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button for us. That would be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. We got a new crypto. White House has a new crypto and AI czar inbound. Our freaking Bitcoin hits 100K. I mean, what a crazy week. It got up as high as 103,000. XRP is still doing around 240, is it? 240? That's pretty good. 246, $2.46. That's pretty awesome. Jack Hayes says, years ago, I thought BTC was a Chinese company, but in hindsight, they just do the bullet mining, I believe. Well, they used to have a majority of the miners in China. That all changed, right? So there's really no company behind Bitcoin, right? That's kind of one of the things that they say that is a net positive. Payment FXRP said community Flare. You mean the dude Flare community would have done a better job hosting the AMA. I don't feel like Dan Rocky did the best or asked the right questions. Really? Really? Pay me an FXRP says, what would you have done differently when you saw 500,000 in your portfolio? Um, I would have taken a measure of profit. If I had a chance, I would have taken a measure of profit. But I didn't really know. I would have taken a measure of profit, maybe a third, maybe 10%. It's hard to say, but I would have taken profit. Obviously, there's so much that we know now on how to handle the portfolio because we understand so much about the cycles and the timing and all these different things that we didn't know back then. But yeah, that would be the main overall thing. Take profits. I would have taken some measure of profit. I don't think it would have been much. I mean, things were different back then than they are now. Uh, but yeah, I would have taken something off the table. Maybe initial investment in XRP out, right? Maybe take the initial investment of XRP out, you know. Uh Zober says it would have paid off the house. I hear you, my friend. Nice. Welcome to the stream, brother. How are you, Zober? Jack A is asking, do you think utility run will be different type of run? I don't. I don't think, well, a couple of things. I don't think the utility run is going to be this cycle, um, for sure. And when we do get the utility thing, it depends on what utility is going to really look like. I mean, if utility does what we all hope it does, it's going to be, a lot of volume. Um, but the volume doesn't necessarily equate to more users, right? One person can bring a ton of volume. So it's going to depend on what the utility looks like. If it got more retail participating in DeFi, right? That's utility, right? If we get a bunch of people in the XRP community to, loosen up the depth grip on their ledger and participate in DeFi on the XRPL, to me, that's utility, right? You're going to hop on there and you're going to be providing liquidity, you're going to be lending and or borrowing, participating in liquidity pools. That's utility. I'd rather have that than another company bring in $100 million, but not bring any other users. Joseph says, yeah, that was my biggest mistake last cycle. I didn't take enough profits and watch it go all the way down. Yes, sir. Yep. That is exactly right. That is exactly right, guys. And so, yeah. And obviously I mean, we didn't do that in 2021. I mean, we took all the profit in 2021. But again, we took profit and then we put it elsewhere. That was a mistake as well. But we did take a bunch of profit then. Bunch of profit, 160. Okay. Uh so I covered the bigger news, which I really do think is a big deal that we have an AI and cryptos are. I don't know what, what does that mean? What is that mean he's just an advisor to the administration? What is a crypto an AI czar? What does that what is he going to be in charge of doing? What does that kind of look like? We'll see. We're going to find out real quick if this is just for show. And what I mean by for show is, what is this crypto czar going to have the power to do? Is it leading meetings of the companies like Ripple and Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini? Is it having town hall meetings, getting input? What is that going to look like? What is that job, if you will, going to entail? What is that really going to look like? That's going to be the thing that we have to figure out. I'm telling you, I'm something about Casper fams just got me. But let me share more Flare stuff here. Brett said this. I think this is interesting. I don't know who this Brett guy is, but he's got some calculations, some food for thought. It's something to ponder. He says, to all you dummies who got FUD'd out of Songbird, fudded out of Songbird, assuming a measly 0.1% of Bitcoin gets minted and 0.5% of XRP and Doge get minted on Songbird as F assets, that gets us to 40 cents. That is 31x gain from the current price of 0.1265. So, yeah, okay. These are numbers. I don't think we're going to get to any of those numbers. But Those are some numbers and some food for thought. To calculate the potential price impact on Songbird when 0.1% of Bitcoin and 0.5% of XRP and Doge are minted as assets, we'll follow a similar approach with the reduced percentages. Total supply of Songbird, 15.5 billion minting values. Bitcoin, for 0.1% of Bitcoin's market cap, let's use 1 trillion as Bitcoin's market cap for simplicity. 1 trillion, 0.001 equals $1 billion in Bitcoin minted as FBTC. XRP, assuming a market cap of 50 billion for XRP, since exact real-time data wasn't provided for calculations, 50 billion equals 0.005, 250 million in XRP minted as asset, Doge, etc. Okay. Total collateral needed, right? So collateral requirements, assuming a 200% over collateralization. That's another assumption. For BTC, 1 billion to 2 billion collateral needed. For FXRP, 250 million. 200% equals 500 in collateral needed. And for Doge, 250 million equals 500 million in collateral, right? If they use a 200% over collateralization. You don't get any people from Flare commenting on these numbers. But anyway, total collateral needed, 2 billion, 500 million, 500 million equals 3 billion. Songbird's price calculation. If all this collateral were to be provided by Songbird, which it won't be, price, because they're going to use the USDX as well, right? Price per Songbird, this divided by that equals approximately 19 cents. This price calculation, however, is based on several assumptions. Yeah, a lot of assumptions here. All collateral for these F assets come exclusively from Songbird. The market cap figures used are approximations for calculation purposes. The collateral ratios are consistently applied at 200%, which might not be in the case in reality. This does not account for market dynamics, other uses of Songbird, or any changes in supply. Remember, this is a simplified model, and real market conditions could significantly alter these numbers. Market sentiment, liquidity, and other economic factors can greatly influence the actual price impact. Yeah. I'm glad he did note that. I think those numbers are going to be way, way off. I don't think we're going to get to 0.1 or 0.5. Because it's a time thing, first off. Right? So they're not staying on the Flare Networks thing that they're testing. It's not staying on Songbird. They're testing it for a period of time for it to get to Flare, where it'll be permanently there. So that, again, I think that's the issue. Hydro's in the building. What's up, Hydro? Hydro says, I heard Velo tweeted something about Ripple. Good things to come. Do you have any Velo? I don't, unless I still have Velo from the liquidity pool that I was in with Velo. But I don't think I do any longer. So that's kind of it's a big assumption. Anyone else comment? Did I miss? There are a lot of assumptions there. That's why I say we're going to have to see how it goes, right? We're going to have to see how it goes on Songbird. Because all the permanent stuff in terms of Flare networks, all that permanent stuff is going to be on Flare. It's testing Songbird. And so although in order to test, you have to use real assets, it's a temporary thing. It might be 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know how long. So we'll see. And my guess is the collateral is going to be USDX and Songbird, not just Songbird. And I believe for Flare, when they launch all the stuff on Flare networks, it's going to be the FLR token and their stablecoin USDX as well for this collateral. So there's that. All right, let me see what else. That was a good, interesting thing to consider, think about. Remember, Songbird, it was built as a canary network for Flare, but other projects can do things on Songbird. It is its own blockchain. Ali G put this out. She reposted Dan Rocky's thing. Dan Rocky said this. He said the ambition of having massive liquidity gravitating towards Flare Network's DeFi hub is intriguing. A powerful DeFi hub on Flare can attract the masses in terms of people and liquidity. I have the following features. And liquidity must have the following features. You check them out? It's just like core functions brings together multiple DeFi protocols and services like lending, bar. Yeah, we know that. Provides a unified interface to access different, okay, common features cross-chain. Yeah, so Dan Rocky is excited. Ali G said, huge potential for Flare's DeFi hub. Unified services, cross-chain compatibility, yield optimization, and seamless access to DeFi protocols. 2025 is shaping up to bring even more game-changing components like F assets and Dune. Is that Dune Analytics you saw it? Big thanks to Dan Rocky for the breakdown and Hugo for the RFLR insights. Keep building on Flare. Yeah. So, we always looked at Songbird as, since it's its own chain and it is a canary network for Flare, we always like to compare it to Polkadot's Kusama, but we're going to have to see if it can kind of get there. Route Scan mentioned Flare Networks in here. I thought was awesome. It says ecosystem monthly transactions in the month of November. Ecosystem. Breaking down the numbers, Ethereum's ecosystem leads with a staggering 5.19 billion transactions. Billion. Superchain surges with 4.45 billion transactions. Avalanche hits 1.73 billion transactions. Boba impresses with 52 million transactions in November. And Flare Networks joins the mix at 33.7 million transactions. We know that a lot of this does have to do with the testing and people, trying to get the airdrops and stuff like that. I'm gonna share one more thing about Flare. Then I want to get to Casper. Up only, just a reminder, DeFi on Flare started just 3 months back. FLR surged over 60% in just 1 month when the TVL blew past 23 million. Liquidity is flooding towards Flare Networks, and all thanks to 510 million of RFLR, which is Reward FLR, Reward Emissions Program. That's what I keep saying to RippleX. When liquidity incentive event, it says, he goes on to say, now FLR is changing the game with F assets as it unlocks BTC, XRP, and Doge. XRP will be first across all DeFi, cross-chain, and bridges. These are huge assets with potential, but highly undiscovered. Yep, these are great points too. Great points, my friend. So really, really excited to see Flare get going for sure. Zober says FLR could be a sleeping giant. I agree. I agree 100%. It's going to be really interesting to see how it performs this cycle. It's going to be hard to see. I mean, interesting to see how it performs. It's going to be really, really interesting to see about the builders coming, about it's going to be interesting to see how they go up and to the right in the network adoption curve, what that's going to look like. It's going to be really, really cool to see them go on that journey. I'm going to be here for it, participating in DeFi with them as well. Let me see. Oh, should I go back to here? See. Nope, no one new checked in. So how many of you guys are excited about FLR and Songbird? Let me know in the chat if you guys are excited about FLR Songbird. And what are you most excited about? Yeah. Casper, Kraken Pro lists Casper on their perpetuals. So that's interesting, right? Starting at perpetuals. So that's pretty cool. Casper Network perpetual futures now live. That was yesterday and ready to go, ready to trade. So that's a good start. I mean, eventually that's going to come to regular assets on trading on spot trading on Kraken. That is nice, right? Rect Wojak said, I hope that we see more Casper on-chain volume. Yeah, that's going to happen, in my opinion. Mark says over 4 million blocks have been produced on the Casper blockchain. Its comeback is just looking more and more and more. I'm telling you, just something about them that just looks like, yeah. And then I can't tell about this. Is this a scam? This Casper AI thing? Um, yeah, I don't trust it. I don't know, but be careful here with this Casper underscore AI. Anybody can, I've seen scammers pay to get this little blue check mark just to do people. So careful about this airdrop. So even though I don't know what this Casper is here, capital AI. Yeah. So capital. Yeah, be careful with this airdrop thing. I don't know if this ain't legit or not. And Ape Terminal, has been kind of linked to a scam or two before. So even though Ape Terminal can be legit, they may not be doing the vetting that they need to do. So just be careful. But I just think it has the potential for that comeback. And we talked about the tokenomics. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what was up with the Brad Garlinghouse on 60 Minutes. Interesting. Bank Money XRP, what's going on, bro? How are you, my friend? I missed you checking in. Appreciate you being here. Joseph says Casper has woken back up. I agree. Just something just tells me that this team and the community are going to pull a major, major, major comeback. Major comeback. I don't know why, but it just feeling like it. I do know why, but I'm ready for round two of why is XRP ripping so hard. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll see what it's gonna look like. Hydro says I'm bullish on both Songbird and Flare. Is the Flare word out there enough? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how are they handling the marketing. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. It really, really is. What do you guys think? What's going to happen with this crypto czar? Like, what's really going to happen with an AI and crypto czar? Like, what do you guys expect this? What are they going to be able to get accomplished? You know, uh, uh, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, what are you guys expecting? I don't know. Is the czar going to be like advising. He's not going to be in charge of anybody at the SEC or the CFTC. What is this czar going to be doing? It's going to be interesting. But the fact that it's an appointment that the White House has done, we just got to see if it's more than just some appeasing. That's what we want to see. Is it more than just trying to appease the voters, people who helped them get in? This is what we got to see. So we'll see. Payment XRP, I saw that post. It said Santiago is trying to get Brad Garlinghouse for an interview on Real Vision. Yeah, I saw the post. We'll see. Yeah, Jackass says I hear AI czar and I think of an AI robot. Yeah. Yosef is like an aqua. I had a bunch of aqua back in the day when I had a bunch of XLM. Songbird and aqua are hidden gems. Little seeds for 2028. I hear you. The aqua that I first discovered aqua on uh and Lobster Wallet when I was using Lobster Wallet. Yeah. So I mean, listen, guys, there's a lot to celebrate. I know this was just a hangout, but listen, Bitcoin hitting 100K. I hope you guys watched the video that I did. I did a recorded video celebrating the 100K mark for Bitcoin. It's massive for everyone in the space, for everyone, for all of us. Right here. This thing is massive for all of us. Bitcoin hits 100K. Let's celebrate it. Let's take the win. And know that I feel like we're just getting started. What's going on? Looking good, doing it? Stronghold says, don't forget. Looking good, doing it says, don't forget Stronghold. So I got another Celsius claim today. You guys, if you were part of the Celsius debacle, look at that and kind of check your email, see if you got notification about it. Be careful of the scam emails though. Anybody here real quick before I head out? Any of you guys got the Tangent wallet? Any of you guys have that Tangent wallet? Anybody got the Tangent wallet? Joseph says, nope. CKJ Crypto News, what's good? CryptoCeej is a legend. What's going on, CKJ? It's been a minute, brother. Appreciate you checking in. Payment XRP says, nope, only decent. I gotcha. Yes, sir. We were just celebrating Bitcoin hitting 100K. The president putting some position up for the digital asset investors and AI and a crypto czar. It's fascinating for sure. CKJ, are you big on FLR and Songbird, bro? Are you a big fan of Flare Networks? Oh, is that right, Joseph? Okay. Joseph says he's on decent and ledgers. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you, CKJ. I appreciate that. Good to see an OG in crypto. Yeah, indeed. Jack A says I got the ledger. Yeah. So listen, I don't. I'm. The Tangent feels like a nice little kind of a portable thing to throw in with uh, uh, a crypto card, right? Uh, I want the CryptoCeej coin. hmm So it feels like a good thing with with the Coinbase wallet. Because the challenge with the ledger, I mean, I get the flex and I get this with stacks, but Ledger just wants to keep branding everything on their thing. So um like you can't use anything kind of publicly, at least you don't want to, you know? So I mean, I guess it's awesome if you want to treat yourself or reward yourself with the flex or stacks, I get it. But I'm talking about like kind of like usability, it feels like the tangent is just more user friendly. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so on the way in. No worries, just collapse the chat and go smash the like and then come back and hang out with the crypto season fan and CKJ, the one and only. CKJ, the dude um turned more, what I would say? They turned more retail investors into freaking successful YouTubers than anyone I know. I mean, I don't. CKJ. He got a lot of he's got a lot of those YouTubers started, huh? Yes. Got a lot of those YouTubers started. That's right. Yosef says, CKJ, you're the legend, bro. You're the legend, bro. So yeah, so that's kind of the deal there. That's why I'm kind of looking at them, you know. I did a few and gained. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Remember CKJ? He still does those. Remember 100K for 100K tokens for $100? That's how I got turned on to it was EGLD. Um, I would tune in to CKJ like what's going on right now? Which one of these tokens he's got 100K for 100 on? I would tune in uh and find out about, different ones. Yeah, I remember those days. I think I did three of those 100K for $100. I think like three of those I did. But that's I mean, CKJ is a big time value add, man, when it comes to those, the deep dive research so that a lot of people don't, you need someone that can help you with that deep dive and that research. You know what I mean? EGLD, I mean, my land, bro. Woo! Remember when it was called Elron Gold or whatever? EGLD. It wasn't quite as good as my Matic one. My Matic one that was a six-figure percentage gain. But EGLD just everyone's freaking out. Remember CKJ? Everyone's freaking out when they switched to tokenomics. Remember that? Everyone was freaking out when they switched to tokenomics on EGL. People were freaking out. Da, da, da. That thing performed nicely. Nicely. Yep. Good old days. The good old days, Hydro. You're 100% correct about that, right? So now, I mean, man, we've learned so freaking much. That's right. ERD 2020. Yeah. Kona Challenge 100K for 100. I remember. It's funny too, because I had heard about it. I had heard about it from Darren Moore. And then I tuned in your channel, and you were doing that challenge. I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I'll just go for it. I'm just going to go for it. I remember that. And Shoot, I've been all up in that ecosystem, man. Have you been on the X exchange and got you some LK Mex and some Mex, CKJ? I found uh $3,000 in a liquidity pool over in that ecosystem. I wasn't even there. I had completely, I wouldn't say I forgot about it. I just wasn't really paying attention to it. A couple of days ago, what, about a week ago, went over there and it was just like 3K in there. LK Mex and Mex, EGLD and stable coins. Yeah, it was like 3 grand. Haha, you got a 20 years. Whoa. CKJ said I got a 20-year staking plan. I hear you, bro. Yep. So I stayed in I got out of the one pool because it was USDC. This is not the time to be paired up with USDC. I got out of that one, but I stayed in the EGLD and MEX liquidity pool. I stayed in there. And we got stuff locked up till 2027, with this LK MEX stuff. I'm like, yeah. But I remember that. And I was using it, you know, the other day, and I'm like, man, this is nice and this is fast, and this is nice and this is fast. It's gonna be interesting to see what it does this run. It's gonna be real interesting to see. But I remember that. Yeah. But this cycle, we got FLR, we got Songbird to see what they're gonna do. Nothing to see what's good, to see what's gonna happen. Um, it's gonna be interesting, man. What a blessing to be an XRP holder to be able to get some of this FLR. We don't know if it's gonna win. We don't know if it's gonna win market share. We don't know. It's got to prove itself out. It's got to prove itself out. Right? Right? So we'll see. But it's going to be a big test. They're getting ready to put a protocol or so on Songbird for testing. I mean, it's real money. It's testing. It's a proof of concept for Flare networks, but it's real money going on. So we'll see. We'll see how the whole collateral thing is working. We'll see how the agents are working. We're going to see about, the agents liquidation and how that whole mechanism works. We're going to find out, right? Oh, I did the XCN, right? Didn't you do CKJ? Didn't you do XCN? I did that one. I don't know what I ended up doing with that XCN though. I think I got rid of that though. What's going on, Isam? But I think you did the XCN as well. But I think I got rid of XCN. CKJ. I'm telling you, those 100K challenges made a lot of people. It was $100. You get 100 tokens, 100,000 tokens for $100. That helped out a lot of people, bro. Assam, what's going on, bro? Yeah, you know, that was interesting stuff. Oh yeah, I'm always up to coming on your show, brother. Always. Yeah, I mean that was yeah, those were the days, man. Those were the days. It's gonna be a very, very interesting time this cycle. I know that for the XRP fam, portfolio is looking nice right now. I'm hoping that we don't have the vast majority of the XRP holders riding up this cycle and riding it down and not taking the win, not taking 2, 3 wins off the table, take the wins. I'm hoping that people have prepared and we've been through a lot. What's going on, Tamika? Is that Tamika Crow? What's up? How are you, fam? Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you check in here before. Where are you checking in from? Right? So I'm hoping we're not going to have that whole 2017, 2018 thing with these XRP holders. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we don't have that. I'm hoping we've learned and I'm hoping we got a nice strategy. You guys know we lost we lost the vast, vast majority of our XRP. It's on the Celsius debacle. But I know there's a lot of people that have a lot of XRP, kind of almost as much as we had. And I know some people who had significantly more than what we had. So I'm hoping, they're going to cash that in because, just seeing it on the portfolio is not the win. And then you got to have your DeFi strategy. Do you got your DeFi strategy for the bear market? So when you exit into stables, you got a plan. You know how to leverage the bear market. You got to have 2 or 3 strategies for the bear market to increase. Let's say you get $100,000. Do you know how to grow the 100,000? What a lot of people do is they get the stables and then they go spend 100,000, right? Oh, you got to get the 100,000 for an example and grow the 100,000 during the bear cycle. You got to know how to do that. That's to learn how to do it. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/golf whiskey generational wealth Wednesday mastermind. It's important to know how to do that. Washington State, nice. Been quiet and listened to you and CKJ since 2021. Oh, wow. Appreciate that. Thank you for checking in. That's right. FSS soon released on Songbird. I'm telling you, that's a big test. I hope you guys are going to be paying attention. We're going to be for sure making sure we get our live streams in during that time. For sure. Because we gotta be paying attention to that. We got to see how is that whole process working? How is that working? And it's not so much of the workload, in my opinion. Not so much the workload is the scheme, this happened, and then this happened, and this happened, and this was supposed to happen, that it didn't happen. All that stuff, bro. We want to see all of that, see how that works, because that's going to give us a really good indication of what's going to happen on FLR. How many people are going to go over on Songbird and Mint? We got to peep that. We got to check that out, right? Right? We got to check that out, right? Right? I mean, this dude just put a post about 0.1%, 0.5%, 0.1% BTC, and 0.5% XRP. I mean, we don't know. Those are just numbers. How many people are going to participate? We're the active community. The XRP community is the active community. What about the Doge community? What about the Bitcoin community? Are they excited? Are they looking forward to, this F assets? I know XRP is going to be first. Are they into the game like the XRP community? I don't know. You just don't hear a lot about Flare networks other than from, for the most part, 99%, 98% of it is from the XRP community. So we're going to see. As Sam said, I heard that Songbird, the Canary network, could be a sandbox for future banks to test out new projects. That would be awesome. That would be awesome for Songbird holders if the banking community trusted that network for that. Yeah, I heard Hugo mention Litecoin as well. We'll see. We'll see. I know he said possibly Litecoin. So we're going to see about that. Hope your bags are full. I hope you guys are prepared. I hope you guys know that you want to have a comprehensive strategy to becoming, right, that 9-figure person in the digital asset space. You gotta have a comprehensive strategy, which means you gotta know how to leverage the bull run. You gotta learn how to leverage the bear market in preparation for the following bull run. And CKJ, don't you feel like it's really 2 cycles? Like you need 2 cycles under your belt to kind of get, to know that you know that you know that you know, right? Because it takes like 1 cycle or like 5 years to like figure out, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we trading? Are we swing trading? Are we day trading? What are we doing? Are we investing in technology? Like, are we utility Mac? Like, what are we doing here? Right? It takes about 5 years to figure it out, right? And then it takes about another 5 years to know that you know that you know, right? That's like 2 cycles, right? It takes at least 2 to just kind of, so that's like 10 years. Jack A said, I watched crypto for like 5 years before I ever bought in. Oh my gosh, nice. Isam says, remember, like you said, Ceej, we are still very early adopters as an ecosystem. We are 100%, right? A lot of people are still figuring it out. A lot of people just came in this thing after 2021. And this is their first cycle, right? This coming cycle is their first cycle, and they're trying to figure some things out. Hopefully, they'll learn from our lessons for people who were in this thing in 2016 and 2017. Hopefully, they'll learn and gain from our mistakes. Joseph says, yep, Songbird. Yes, exactly. 100% CryptoCeej. Yeah, thank you, bro. So this is kind of where we are. We're going to pay attention. I wanted just to hop on here real quick, celebrate 100K for Bitcoin. People who are throwing shade at Bitcoin don't understand our digital asset space. Like they don't understand the game that they're in. If they're throwing shade at Bitcoin, you don't understand. This is the number one performing asset class in the history of asset classes. And the number one performing asset within that asset class is Bitcoin. And what I've done, and when I will share a little MissCryptoCeej and MissCryptoCeej, is that Bitcoin is the savings. All the other assets, all the other altcoins are the investment, right? Bitcoin is the savings. All the other assets are the investment, right? That's you're investing. The key is, since Bitcoin is just one asset and it's just saving, the vast majority of your learning is about how do I invest, right? You got to read the great books. You got to read the right books, not investing books, mindset books, right? Like Luca Delander's book, Ergodicity. You got to read that, right? Highly recommend you read that. I believe the game that we are in, again, since Bitcoin, the asset, is just one thing, and it's a savings thing, right? The vast majority of our learning is how to become a sophisticated investor. Remember CKJ back in the day, the ethos used to be, you know why we got all these meme coins, you know why we got all these altcoins, right? No, why do we have the altcoins? So that we can get more Bitcoin. Right? It's the savings. It's the savings. The challenge for most people, unfortunately, with Bitcoin is the vast majority. There's two groups of people in Bitcoin, right? The people who got in Bitcoin in 2011 to 2013, there's that group. And then there's the people with all this money, tens of millions of dollars, that come into Bitcoin after 2017, 2018. Two different groups of people. Like Gary Cardone, like Paul Kruger. I mean, heck, what's the name? Grant Cardone just started a real estate Bitcoin thing. He just started it like a couple weeks ago. Like, I think he started it the day, not even weeks ago, the day Bitcoin hit 100K. And they teaching from two different perspectives, right? The 2011, 2013 BTC holders are telling people today, just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. It's all good. You'll be great. You don't need the other altcoins. That's wrong. And then you got people like Gary Cardone's like, um, I mean, Bitcoin is the way, man. I mean, I just bought $1 million worth of Bitcoin. I mean, this is, I'm like, dude, who are you talking to, bro? Who are you talking to? Even, even Raoul Paul, just a matter of 10 days ago, maybe, just admitted that his first purchase of Bitcoin in 2013 was $200,000 worth of Bitcoin. Who's doing that, bro? So you're just telling people that. This is why people don't have a comprehensive strategy, because they're not looking at it from the perspective of the masses. The vast majority of people can't just be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. If the goal is to get more Bitcoin, how is that strategy going to work? From your paycheck, you're going to just, a spare $100 here, a spare few $100 there, and just get Bitcoin? That's not going to work, bro. If your goal is to get more Bitcoin, that definitely is not going to work. You need a comprehensive strategy. You gotta know how to increase the size of your bull run when during the bear market. And you got to know how to leverage altcoins during the bull. You gotta learn how to leverage those so that you can have a nice bag at the end of the cycle. And you got to also know the time frame in which you got to operate. Everything's running on these 4 years. So what's your 4-year game plan? Right? What's your 4-year game plan? Sometimes the bear is 2 years, sometimes it's 2.5, sometimes it's, 3. It's usually 2.5. Well, what are you doing during that year and a half to 2 years? What are you doing during the 2.5 years of the bear cycle? Like, that's a lot of time. What's your strategy? What's your strategy? So anyway, I digress. I just wanted to kind of cover that because it's so important. I like Gary Cardone, smart guy, but he's speaking to his fellow Deca millionaires. I mean, the dude had uh, I think he said he had a 9-figure exit. Like, you can't be saying just DCA into Bitcoin. That's not gonna work, man. Maybe for a 20-something-year-old, maybe, but for the vast majority of people, you gotta have a nice comprehensive strategy, understanding that Bitcoin is the savings, it's gonna be the pristine collateral. It's just what it is. Until some other thing comes up there and says, okay, until BlackRock, more importantly, until BlackRock says, oh, you know what? This other thing, this other asset, yeah, that's the one. Until we get that nod, that from Larry Fink, it's Bitcoin, bro. Until we get the nod, it's Bitcoin. You just take advantage of the altcoins to get more Bitcoin, right? To get more Bitcoin. You take the wins from the bull cycle until we figure out who's going to be another Mag 7. Because right now, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Mag 7 in our house is, what's this asset that if I hold it during the bear, I'm still going to net 50 to 250% year over year. If I hold it through the bear cycle, I'm still going to net 50 to 200% year over year return. We only got 3 right now. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. We done the numbers on XRP, Jungle, right? We've done the numbers on XRP. A lot of people want to say, well, this happened to XRP and that happened to XRP. Yeah. And there's only been one asset in the history of the digital asset space where G7 nations have banned the asset. I don't know, but that feels a little harsher and stiffer than being sued by the SEC. Jungle says there's only 2. Which 2 is it, bro? Which 2 is it, Jungle? I know which 2 you got to say. Share with us which 2 you think, right? So Oh, you said Solana. I thought you said so. It says Solana ain't mad. But Jungle don't. I know it's always Bitcoin and Ethereum with Jungle, right? And so no, no, it dropped to $17. Yeah, but you got to check the net year over year return for Solana, right? You got to go to intothecryptoverse.com, put the numbers in. It's pretty significant numbers. It's a Bitcoin ETH, right? And so Dan Tapiero would agree with you too, Jungle. He says Bitcoin and ETH. But I was listening to him being interviewed. Dan Tapiero and Raul Paul were talking today, and he said he was right. Said he was right about Solana and Sui. Dan Tapiero. So, but you gotta check out those numbers though, right? Oh yeah, and it also that's the other thing, right? The Mag 7 is staying power. It ain't just one cycle. No, no, no. To get to the Mag 7, you gotta have some staying. You gotta net that return over a couple of cycles, right? At least a couple, right? That's going to be the thing. And and until we do that, we don't know because anything can give you a 20x in one cycle. I mean, a meme coin could give you 20x in one cycle. Like anything can give you a 20x in a cycle, in a bull cycle. No, no, no. What's going to happen after the bull and during that bear? What you doing? What you doing? What you got? Like, are you attracting new people to that blockchain? You got some fun, exciting product, a game or something? What you got doing the bear? How are you laying off people? Like, like what are you building? Tell me about the new devs joining, right? That kind of stuff. You got to make it through a couple of these bears. It's bull bear, bull bear. You gotta be able to make it through that. Now, say Solana is only 4 years, right? Solana is only technically, I think it's just 4 years old. Technically, I think it's just 4 years old. So it's still got to prove itself out. But that year over year return is there. But I think it's only smart to have it to solidify its spot in the Mag 7. You got to go through 2 cycles. Rick says, Ceej, regulations are coming. This will be a game changer, especially if they offer tax-free crypto. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to see how that all plays out. But I saw someone I was listening to a podcast and someone said something I thought was, whoa. They actually said US DeFi. I was like, I had never heard that before. I think it was the young dude from Blockworks has a podcast. Empire? I think it was the Empire crew. Anyway, they said US DeFi. I was like, whoa, I have never heard that one. But that got me excited. When I heard that phrase, I was like, what? He said, I'm looking forward to US DeFi. It's like, whoa. I'm telling you, if Ripple X gets it right, if they get it right, it can be a game changer. If they get it right, it can be a game changer for sure. Because we need the XRPL to go up and to the right of the network adoption curve. We get more people, more active users, more daily active users, more active wallets. They get to see the prowess of the XRPL with the AMM and the DEX, but they don't know. And whether we like it or not, we have to incentivize people to come. Whether we like it or not, we have to incentivize people to come. It's just what it is. It's been going on ever since the AOL days. Remember when AOL used to give you free stuff? It's just some of you probably too young to remember the AOL days. It's just the way it is. They're gonna have to garner attention. On a side note, Flare Networks has been killing the game on that front. I think. I think. Could they do more? Sure. We'll see. Not in terms of liquidity incentive event, because I know we get one or two people every live stream jungle. They'll say, "Do you think Flare Networks is being heard out there in the digital asset space? Do people know about it?" I get one or two people every live stream that'll ask you, "Do you think they're doing enough to get the word out?" That's right. That's a good point too, Jungle. Jungle says, "I want to see someone have massive success beyond Ripple on the XRPL." Yes, that would be a game changer. And I think if we get this smart, this light version of smart contracts through the gatekeeper, if we can get it through the gatekeeper, I think Moy Finance or Orchestra Finance and even under those finance have a shot at it, right? Because I think why can't we have the XRPL's version of Jupiter Exchange on Solana or Drift Protocol on from Solana or my favorite Camino Finance. Like, why can't we have that on the XRPL? We know why we can't. The question is, are we going to get through the gatekeeper with a version light enough, David, to give these guys more capability to build something awesome? Um, I would lean, if they do get it, I would lean more towards Moy Finance, the people out in Korea, as being that one. Um, I would lean on them as being that one. I haven't been over at Moy Finance and checked them out in a long time. I mean, I got some of that VE Moy. I don't even know what I got it. I don't know what I'm doing with it. Uh, that's right. That's the way it works. Jungle, right. I think the top assets get very expensive and people will start working down the list. FLR will get their turn. Good, there you go. That's what we say on the channel all the time, right? People are going to look at that top, they're going to look at that top list. The challenge is where is FLR? Because I'm not sure people going past 50 or 100. You know what I mean, Jungle? Getting on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. I'm not sure if they're going to get past 50 or 100. Rick Cisneros says yes, but first release of RLUSD, this will add to global liquidity. Yeah, we'll see. Jungle says, how about a Tether, a Circle, a Coinbase, Sonia, BlackRock, a Uni, maker of XRP? Yeah, that's true too. That is true too. I mean, I just hope that people discover the prowess of the XRPL because it is there. Goodness gracious, it is just so there. We just need that little tweak in the smart contract capability, and we're on. And I will be there for it because I would love for X. I would love, I would love to see XRP go on that journey of being Mag 7 asset. I mean, I would absolutely love to begin reacquiring XRP in 2026 and 2027. I would love it. But yeah, I heard that phrase jungle US DeFi and I got real excited about it. Like, you know now how everything is geo blocked and there might be a great platform like Clearpool or there might be a great platform like Undo Finance, but US can't hang out. US investors can't hang out on those platforms. You might be able to buy a token here or there, but you can't hang out and participate. That's starting to change. And I think that's going to, I mean, that's going to really change with the new administration because projects like Clearpool or some other project out there on DeFi, you ain't going to have to worry about that little notice when you try to click on to it about not being available to US investors because they're not going to be afraid of the government going after them. Can you imagine when these projects begin to no longer do this geo blocking and no longer disallow or not allow US investors? Can you imagine the access to the stuff? There's a lot of nice, awesome stuff out there that we're going to have access to. But what about US DeFi? We'll see if the Donald, as I affectionately call him, the Donald, we'll see what he's going to do to promote US businesses. I mean, we got Coinbase and Ripple positioned nicely cracking, I think, as well. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the only stock I got is Coinbase. I don't have any of it. I sold all that stuff. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. All right, fam, I'm going to hop off here. It's been a really, really cool hang. I appreciate you guys. Let's celebrate 100K Bitcoin. We got a freaking AI and crypto czar. Are you kidding me? I don't know what he's going to be able to do, Jungle. I don't know what this dude, what is he going in to do? I don't know. But is he just going in to hang out with the Donald? I don't know. What's the dude, what's the crypto czar going to do? He's not going to be in charge. He's not going to be in charge of the SEC or the CFTC, right? So what is he going to do? Is he there to just advise the Donald, like, hey, this thing and this thing is not great, but this thing over here is pretty awesome. We should look more into doing that. Is he going to advise them on the Bitcoin strategic reserve? I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's awesome that they did announce someone. We all hope that it's not just for appeasing, that huge population that helped him get in office. Just make no mistake about it. And especially the what do they call it? The sweep, the red sweep that happened. Fairshake had a lot to do with that. All right, fam, there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to end this live stream. I appreciate you guys checking in today. It's been a super cool hang. And if you didn't hit that like button on the way in, no worries. Just hit the like button on the way out. That's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And if you happen to be in that 45 to 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej, and if you have been enjoying those hangouts, do me a favor, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to take that number down from 55% down to about 25%. And you can do your part right now by just hitting that like button. And hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.